Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to do I-cord edges on the side of your work. I've previously posted a video on how to do an I-cord cast on, and so this is part 2 of that, or the second video in that series, to show you how to do side cord or I-cord side edging. By doing a side edging, it gives you a nice rolled edge on either side, which is thick, and it actually prevents your work from rolling in. As you can see in this stockinette stitch sample that I've knit up, I haven't blocked it, and you can see that it lays pretty flat. The edges don't roll in, and that's because of this pretty little I-cord edge. And so let me show you how that's done. You can so when you want to do an I-cord edge to whatever project, just make sure you add that many stitches on either side. So typically it's a 3-stitch I-cord edge, but you can add more stitches. If you did 4 stitches or 5 stitches, it would actually thicken up the roll on this side, but a 3-stitch I-cord edge I think works just great. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Now, I've provided the pattern in the description field on how to do the edging, and it shows you how to do it when you start with the right side work, if you start facing the right side or facing the wrong side. In this sample, as you can see, I've already started doing knitting a few rows, and you can see the edges formed. So in this demonstration, I'm showing you how to do it when you're facing the right side. So for the very first stitch, you're going to do a knit 1. Then you're going to bring the yarn to the front. You're going to slip the next stitch as if to purl without doing anything to it. Take the yarn to the back and knit the next stitch. And that's what you do for the first 3 stitches. Then all the way down to the last 3 stitches, you're going to do whatever pattern your project calls for. In this case, it's a stockinette stitch, so I'm just going to knit all the way through to the last 3 stitches. And then when you get to the last 3 stitches, you're going to do the same exact thing as the first 3. So you're going to knit the first one, yarn to the front, slip, yarn to the back, knit. And then you turn your work. So you don't need double pointed needles to do I-cord side edging. Unless your project requires you to have double pointed needles, just for the edging, you don't need it. I'm just using them because they're shorter needles. All right, so now you're on the wrong side. On the wrong side, what you're going to do to those first 3 stitches is insert or slip the first stitch as if to purl with the yarn in the front. Okay, then take the yarn to the back. Oh, let me put the stitch back on. Take the yarn to the back. Then you're going to knit the second stitch. You're going to bring the yarn to the front, and you're going to purl or slip the last stitch or the third stitch without doing anything to it. Okay, yarn is in the front. Now, in the case of my pattern, I just have to purl all the way down to the last 3 stitches. My yarn is already in the front, so I'm just going to go ahead and purl. My stitches want to come off the needle today. All right, let's just purl all the way down to the last 3 stitches. And then the last 3 stitches, you're going to do the same exact thing as you did to the first 3 stitches. So yarn is in the front, slip the stitch, take the yarn to the back, knit, bring the yarn to the front, and slip that last stitch. Okay, and that's it. That's how you'll do the right side row and the wrong side row, and you'll start to see the I-cord edge, the pretty I-cord edge forming. So I hope you give this one a try on your next project.